Hello everyone, Catweazle here, welcome to the channel and welcome back to our playthrough of Arkham Horror, the card game where we're currently playing the Dunwich Legacy campaign. Our intrepid investigators are Zoe Samaras and Daisy Walker, and they are currently in Dunwich Village and the fields around about where they're trying to kill off these broods of Yog-Sothoth, and they're doing spectacularly badly at it. We've managed to get a couple of health off one of them, and but they are tough. They are really tough. So what we're going to have to try and do is at least kill one of them. Now I've got they are massive, so it shouldn't be down here in our threat area, but it's just so you know that it is down here, and that it's actually, this particular brood is actually up there at the Devil's Hop Yard, where it's currently engaged with Zoe Samaras. Now, Daisy is over here, she's at the Blasted Heath, and we just need to get one more health damage onto it, but they are tough. They are tough. They have got 6 combat, and we struggle. We do struggle to actually get a health on them. Hopefully we can kill at least one, and then we can skedaddle, because we're in a lot of trouble. Now, it has been a while. It's been about a week since I last did a video. I have been very busy. I'm starting a new job next week, and of course the football's on, and England have actually managed to get into the semi-final by some, I don't know, crazy sort of like twist of fate. We've managed to get into the semi-final where we'll be playing Croatia, so looking forward to that on Wednesday. And yes, could be facing France or Belgium in the final, so isn't that exciting? So I thought I'll get this video out of the way, and then it'll probably be next week before I do another one. Now, I'm not aware of any errors I made last time. I probably did make one, but as I say, it's been a week, and but I can't recall any that were too groundbreaking, so I think we'll just get on with it. And, oh, there is one. Yes, I think Zoe only lost. I had her losing 3 horror. I think it was only 2 horror. So I think she should be on 3. I haven't checked that out, but I think it was Eric said it should be 3. So I'll take his word for it. And she is on 3. Other than that, yes, we're still in a pickle, but let's see what we can do. Right, so that's it for the introduction. Let's get straight on with the next episode. I think it's episode 38, and the laugh and the chuckle phase. And here we are at the laugh and chuckle phase. So the first things first is doom. So we're on 3. But the limit's 6, so we're fine. Now we can start picking cards. Our first investigator, our lead investigator is Zoe, so she gets the first card. And she gets Unhallowed Country, Revelation. Put Unhallowed Country into play in your threat area. You cannot play ally assets. Well, we've got none in play anyway. Treat the printed text on it of each ally asset you control as if it were blank. We don't control any. Forced at the end of the turn, and it's turn, not the end of the round, we have to test willpower 3. So we'll pop that in there. That is in her threat area now. And we need to pull a card for Daisy. Whoop, not 2 cards, just 1. And Daisy gets Eager for Death, always a laugh. Revelation, test willpower 2. Increase this skill test difficulty by 1 for each damage on you. She has got 1 damage on her. So that is going to be test willpower 3. If you fail, take 2 horror. Ooh. So it's currently 3 versus 3. Is there anything we can do? Not a great deal. Plus the fact we'd want to save our willpower icons, because, yes, we need to use them to try and kill this brood. So it's just going to be 3 versus 3. So we need a 0 or better. And we get a cultist. I don't think that is better. I think that's worse. Oh, reveal another token. If you fail this test, take 1 horror. So we've got to reveal another token. But we'll also lose 3 horror this time if we don't get a 0 or better. Come on, come on, come on, Daisy. And that's a -2. Ooh, so we lost 3 horror there. So we're down to 4. Oh, that was horrendous. So our luck from the last episode is carrying on, or lack of it. So that was appalling. So we'll get rid of Eager for Death. And that is it for the laugh and chuckle phase. Next up, it will be the investigation phase. And here we are with Daisy, because we're going to have Daisy go first. First thing she's going to do is what she always does first, is she is going to use Old Book of Law. And she's going to look at the top 3 cards of her deck. Scrying. Not much got. Zebulon, he might be useful. The Necronomicon. Alaus Wormius translation. We don't really need. We've got emergency cash. So I think what we'll do is we'll put that back. We'll put scrying back. And we will take Zebulon. And I'll explain why in a second. Let's just do a quick whip. There we go. And a cut. Put those back. I think the reason why we'll take Zebulon is he does have like a willpower icon and a wildcard icon. We can use both of those for willpower. Now, if we could get him into play, we get +1 willpower as well. Is it worth it? Or should we just... I think, yeah, because we're not going to use the 3. We haven't really got the resources. So what we'll do is we'll probably just commit him for a test. So we'll pop him there. And yes, we might have to use him. What are we going to do next? Well, next we're actually going to use Pathfinder. We can use this as a free action. During our turn, if we're not engaged with any enemies, we are not, we can exhaust Pathfinder and move to a connecting location. So that's what we're going to do. And we're going to move to the Devil's Hop Yard. There we go. Now, we do have Altered Beast on this chap, so we lose yet another horror because of Altered Beast. So that's a bit grim. So we're down on 3, but I wasn't expecting that horrible Eager for Death card. So we've still got 3 actions left, and well, we've got to attack, haven't we? So we're going to attack the Brood of Yog-Sothoth. We're going to use our esoteric formula. That's going to give us +2 willpower, so that's going to put us up to 5. We're also going to commit Zebulon Whately. That's going to put us up to 7, because we're using the willpower and the wild card. So that is 7 versus 6, I think. No, we get +2 for that. That's 5, 6, 7. That's 6. And yeah, we're gonna pay a resource, and we're gonna use 2 on higher education. Yes, we're all right. We've still got 5 cards, I believe. Even though we're committing this one, it's still in our hand until we actually do the test. So I think we can use higher education. That will give us +2 as well. So that's going to give us 9. So it's 9 versus 6. Come on. And we get a -1. Yes. So even if we couldn't use higher education, we've still done it. But let us know about that. I think I could use it because this only goes away now. Yeah. So get rid of that. But the important bit. Dun dun dun! Yay! We got a Brood of Yog-Sothoth. And we managed to kill it, and that will give us a victory point. So we'll put that over here. Make that our victory display there. We will pop, oh no, that will make that our victory display down here. And we'll pop Altered Beast back in there. Put all our health and everything back into the supply. That was our first action. And let's drag one of these because we have one victory point. Hurrah! And I think that's all we're going to get, to be honest. So, right, what are we going to do? I think... I was wondering about keeping Daisy, you know, still fighting, but now she's down to 3 health. I don't think that is of any good whatsoever. So, let's have a look at medical texts. Choose an investigator at your location and test intellect 2. If you succeed, heal 1 damage from that investigator. I think we're just going to do a runner, so it's not even really worth doing that. So, yes, we've got 2 actions left, but that wouldn't be enough. We need an action to actually resign, I believe. Yes, we do need, but it's okay, we've got shortcut. So we're going to play shortcut during our turn. And that means that Daisy is going to go to Blasted Heath. And then she's going to spend an action to move again. She's going to go to Dunwich Village. And then with her final action, she is going to resign. So Daisy has resigned. And that is it for Daisy's turn. Let's have a look at Zoe. And here we are with Zoe. Quite straightforward with Zoe. She's just going to use 1 action and she's going to move to the Blasted Heath. She's going to use another action. She's going to move to Dunwich Village. And her final action, she is going to resign as well. So both of our ladies have resigned. And they have got the hell out of Dunwich. Yeah, what it is, they're just too difficult, these broods. If I'd thought on, I would have brought Jenny, because if you can evade them, because they're quite easy to evade, it's only a 3, I think, to evade them, then we could have got, some of the powder of Ibn Ghazi onto them. Now, VTech did mention that we could still do that. We could still do that with Zoe. But the fact is that her agility isn't very good. We didn't have many agility cards, and we were really struggling, to be honest. There's nothing worse than trying to evade something and failing. So we were really struggling there. So I suppose we should do Unhallowed Country. It was the end of her turn. So what is it? It's 3, so it's 4 versus 3, I think. We need a -1 or better. We got a -3. We didn't get rid of it, but as we've resigned, we do get rid of it. So there we go. So that can go in there. But yes, so they were a bit tough. Having 6 combat, you'd really need to get a couple of clues on them so you can boost up your esoteric formula. But it was only really the Devil's Hop Yard that was helping us out. That was the only version of a location that had some text on it that was going to help us put clues onto the broods. Blasted Heath wasn't. Whately Ruins was to a certain extent, but you got -1 off your willpower anyway, so that wasn't any good. It was really tricky to get to 10 Acre Meadow. We didn't even get to Cold Spring Glen, so let's have a look what that was like on the other side. So it had 2 shroud, no clues. Each enemy in Cold Spring Glen gets -1 evade. Oof. After Cold Spring Glen is chosen as a random location, the investigator in Cold Spring Glen tests agility 3. That would have been bad for us. If successful, choose a different random location. So that wasn't even all that good, to be honest, considering our evasion was so crap. So yeah, it's tough. It was a tough one for Zoe and for Daisy, unfortunately, and we just weren't able to kill as many as we wanted, but we did manage to kill one, so we have managed to get a single victory point. Right, I'll be back in a minute because we'll have to go through the scenario stuff, so I'll see you then. Hello, I'm back, and I have the crappy rule sheet, so let's have a look. If no resolution was reached, each investigator resigned or was defeated, go to Resolution 1. Well, that is us. Resolution 1. You did all you could to stop the rampaging monsters, but there were more of them than you realised, and you weren't able to slay them all. Exhausted and terrified, you retreat to Zebulon's home and hope to survive the night. Dun, dun, dun. So, in our campaign log, record that X brood escaped into the wild. I think it's 3. I'll check that in a moment. X is a total number of broods of Yog-Sothoth still in play or set aside. Yeah, it includes the set aside ones. If an investigator's deck contains the Powder of Ibn Ghazi card, remove that from the investigator's deck. We will do that. Each investigator earns experience equal to the victory X value of each card in the victory display. So we got 1. So, not very good, eh? Let's check how many were left. So there's 1 on the board. And we had 2 here. Yeah, so 3 have escaped. That will not be good news. For the next scenario, I am thinking. So we've got to get rid of the Powder of Ibn Ghazi as well. That is no longer of any use to us. And that is the end of this particular scenario. Undimensioned and unseen. What's the next one? The next one is Where Doom Awaits. So we will be starting that sometime this weekend, I believe. But there's still a heat wave going on. I mean, it's 9 o'clock in the morning here and it's absolutely roasting. And I'm not even on the same side as the sun. This is why I'm doing it so early in the morning. The sun will come round about 11 o'clock. And then it'll really start baking. But yes. As far as the scenario goes, not brilliant. We only managed to kill 1 of the broods, but we're just running out of, health and sanity here. It was only a question of time. We didn't really have the wherewithal to finish them off. It was always a struggle. When they've got 6 combat, you've at least got to generate 9 combat yourself to give yourself a chance. And doing that consistently is difficult because generally to get up to 9 combat, you have to, commit a load of cards. And the more times you're committing cards with willpower icons, the less cards you've got in your deck with willpower icons. So we were really struggling. The other thing that was in my mind as well, I forgot to mention it on previously when I made the decision, was we do have a hell of a lot of weaknesses left in our decks as well. It's not too bad for Daisy because of Old Book of Law, but Zoe, she had, I think she got rid of 1 weakness, but she had about 3 others that were in there, so had to bear that in mind. Plus, she was pretty much useless, unfortunately, Zoe. We didn't get a lot of willpower cards that we could commit on her behalf, so we were struggling a little. In fact, Daisy was the best. If we'd had Daisy and perhaps paired her with who is it? The waitress, Agnes Baker. Agnes Baker would have probably been really good as well. Agnes and Daisy for this particular, or perhaps Jenny because of the evasion, but Agnes would have been, with her immense willpower, would have been really cool, I think, in this particular scenario, but that's the way the cookie crumbles. Speaking of investigators, who are we going to use in Where Doom Awaits? I don't know. I think, actually, I will use Jenny and Agnes. We haven't used them for a bit. They may not be the best to actually use, because obviously Daisy and Zoe have, they've got loads of experience and stuff now, but you know what? Let's give Jenny and Agnes a go. If they fail, they fail, but they're definitely the champion at the bit. They want to do their they want to do their thing, they want to help, so let's give them a go during Where Doom Awaits, and then we'll probably bring Daisy and Zoe back for the final scenario after that. Okay, so I hope that you enjoyed Undimensioned and Unseen. Apologies for the delays in between videos, but as I say, a combination of a heatwave, the World Cup, and my getting a new job has meant that I haven't been able to do as many videos as I'd like to recently. But hopefully that'll all change. We'll see. We'll see how the job goes. That might it's shift work, so you might even get even less videos. We'll have to see. But hopefully everything will be fine. The weather will get a bit normal. You know, we'll get a bit more normal weather, and I'll be able to do a few more videos. Okay, right, that is it for, I believe, episode 38. I hope to see you for episode 39 and Where Doom Awaits. Thank you so much for watching. Thanks for all the subscriptions, for all the views, for all the likes, for all the dislikes, and for all the help and support. Anybody who's watched this over at Board Game Links, thank you very much. Similarly, anybody who watches at BGG, thank you so much. Thank you for any likes, comments, skeet gold, anything like that. Here, there, anywhere. It is so much appreciated. Thank you. I hope that you will join me. Oh, any errors, let me know, and I'll try and fix them. It's the end of the scenario, but hopefully we got it right, and there were no problems. There's not much I can do about it now, but perhaps we'll be able to do something, you know, put something in place for the next scenario if I have made a huge boo-boo somewhere. So by all means, let me know if you spot anything. But that is the end of Undimensioned and Unseen. I hope to see you for Where Doom Awaits. Until then, this is me, Catweazle, signing off. Toodaloo.